Hey, this is BB. Some of the things I've noticed is when they come at us, we get angry. We get livid with anger. We feel like we're being attacked, which in a way we are, by this invisible enemy or wall of people who just keeps pelting abuses all day long, all night long. We don't know what caused it, what we did, what we might have done advertently or inadvertently. We're confused, we're scared, we're hurting, and we feel alone because nobody seems to believe us. There's a lot of anger. And this is one of the reasons why I feel most of us blame the police. Now, I'm not saying the police is not behind some of them or is being paid by some of these people because since the world's been turning and there's been police bans, there's been policemen and women who allowed themselves to fall and take bribes. They have, or they allowed themselves to just, use their badges to extort and create problems in people's lives. It's been known. I can't pinpoint anyone. They know it, I know it. Let's get past it. I'm not afraid to say it. The whole world knows it. But I'm saying, this anger, the sheer cruelty of the people, the inhumane behavior, this bombarding of us, it's unfair, unjust. It's cruel. It's cruel to an extreme. It's cruel. Now, the police is supposed to protect us. This is what we know. I don't care what color your skin is, which walk of life you came from, which side of the tracks you originated from, or choose to be from, or is now living on. These, in our heads, are supposed to protect us. That goes for your badasses as well as your like me, you peas like me. I guess I don't know what else to say. I mean, I go from one extreme to another with this one. So, um, we get angry, we get very angry, and then of course, in our minds, the police, like for example, think of it as you're a child, and you're going home. I just happened to me. For some reason, I'm an empath, and I used to get bullied all the time. Like for some reason, bullies are attracted to empath or empathic energy. It's like they're like, "Woo, look, we got one," and they're ready to get this. It's just like that, right? Because an empath is usually silent, quiet. We're fierce protectors of those we care about. We will do anything for them, but we're usually very quiet and in observation mode because we're trying to protect our own energy because we feel pain coming from all around and we don't know what it is. Empaths are usually quiet, contemplative, filled with pain, filled with anger. Ours and everybody else is around us. This is why I would love to work with young ones who are empathic to get them to understand children, like to get them to differentiate their emotions from what they're picking up from other people, because we are separate, we're different from other people. Whether that makes us special or not, we're just different. We just handle process, we just attract, create and process information differently, as well as emotions. 90% emotions, 10% information. We have a problem with. I would like to do that. So again, come back to that. You have your parents. Somebody, you know, beat you up, bullied you, whatever. You came home, and they got no sympathy for you. When somebody used to beat me up or hit me, I used to come home. I go home. I tell my dad, the first thing would come out of the man's mouth was, what did you do to them? What did you do to them? So there was no sympathy there. He was my dad. He was supposed to protect me. He was supposed to speak to the, to make sure they don't do this to me. So I felt let down. Down. I felt let down by him. He was not an ally. He was not someone I would turn to for help. I used to go to my grandma instead. But that's the thing. That's um, with the police and us. This is a grown-up level. Shit's happening, and they're not really listening to us. They have. I get it that they have certain protocols. This is how they handle this type of report. This is how they handle that type of report. But I believe that what's happening to us, they're gonna have to be re-educated, or they're gonna have to have a certain training is gonna have to happen. They have to deal with this. It's happening. It's happening. Shit is happening, and they're gonna have to deal with it. Like I said, somebody on here said that these weapons should be actually legalized. And I love the way his reason, because somebody asked him why, so that everybody can have access to it and just run wild. He said no, because if it's legalized, there'll be more accountability for whoever is using it, and they will believe us because it's being acknowledged. Yes, it does exist. Yes, it does exist. Yes, people are using it. What's happening to you? If it seems like something is happening, then they will take care of it. We're gonna cut of the disbelief right there and just go straight into taking care of whatever is happening. We can't even get past the freaking door, and that's the problem. That's giving these people a lot more, say, power. It's just making stupider. That's the word. It's just making stupid people even more stupid, because they're just doing more crap. Has this always been in them? That's a different ball game I could get into. Because, I mean, if somebody gives me a gun, and I've held a gun, last 2000 in 2000 I held a gun. I shot it. The second bullet was, I went straight in the middle of the bullseye. I was a little piece of tissue he put in a log, and I went right into that tissue, and I was proud of myself. Prior to that, I never held a gun before. I was proud of myself. It felt good. It felt, I wouldn't turn it and shoot somebody, but it felt good shooting at the log. So they're supposed to help us, and that's not happening. So part of the anger, coming back to the anger issue, we're angry, we're confused, we don't know what's happening. That was my explanation. That's my interpretation. That's the first thing that came to me, is why a lot of people are blaming solely the police department, solely. And I'm seeing it as a mixture of different things and different people, different needs, and what different backgrounds, different reasons this is happening to a lot of people. But it's causing us to put ourselves down, because we're turning that anger inwards. We're turning it inwards. We're making ourselves feel. I've watched some of the names of these people, like with mine, like the YouTube name, and some of us are really down hard on ourselves, are really coming down hard on ourselves, and maybe we shouldn't be. It's like we're starting to turn that anger inwards. We're starting to turn that rage inwards. People are believing, like they're the most targeted person. You don't want to be the most targeted person. You want to be the most empowered person. And what you want is the police to help. I have a feeling that it's like this. This might be part of the whole thing, just keeping us in this mindset where we have no choice but to just take this. And it makes you wonder what's happening in America. Because I think certain countries in Europe and in Australia and maybe Asia, they handle this type of thing differently, or they're starting to. They're handling it differently. I mean, this is supposed to be the greatest nation in the world. But look what's happening in our own backyard. How is this possible? We're not even at a stage, I mean, we're not even on the field. It's like watching a game being played of life, where everybody is in there playing a game, playing several games, having fun. There's the field. We are not even on the field. We can't get past the gate to get in on the field. We're on the outskirts of life because of these chuckleheads. This is not fair. And you see how I got angry. It's not fair when you look at it. And we're turning that anger inwards. We're starting to feel that hopelessness and helplessness starting to sink in. We should not let that happen. We should not let these people win. It's been happening to me for over 2 years. And yes, I can argue for my limitations. I can put up a stiff argument, and nobody's is gonna try to tear down those walls. Those are my walls. I don't know what to do, but I just don't want to get into this mindset where I feel defeated. And I don't think, none of you should be in that way either, or in that mindset. But like this hopelessness, helplessness, we can't defeat this enemy. We shouldn't be in this mindset. There's no allies. There's no type of, help. Not help. Like some safe port in a storm to turn to. Something that you can, really start to build yourself back up. Really start to make sense of this, or just take it is you can go through it layer by layer by layer by layer and try to decipher, or just pick it up in a lump and go. You don't need it. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. I would rather do that. Because I could spend the rest of what's left of my natural life trying to go out layer by layer. I don't need it. I've given 2 years trying to figure out all this crap here. While it's happening to me has been enough. It's time for me to start living. It's time for me to start being happy, productive, giving, living my life to the fullest. Taking what I've learned in these past 2 years about myself and my own abilities and capabilities, my strengths and my weaknesses, and put them into action. Make a proactive plan and act on it. Proactive plan. Make a plan and act on it. Be proactive about it. It's time. And I think we all should get into this mindset. Just my thought. And try not to let that anger, we start to see ourselves like the victim. Get out of that victimhood. And I know what was going to happen. I'll sit down and she's going to blast me and blast me. She has to prove a point. Like she has power. No, she's got spray bottles. Or spray cans, or whatever she's using. She's got something go click and able to fuck up the domestic installation or something. Rewired. I don't know what the hell it is. You give me a spray bottle. Take another spray bottle. Take away whatever she's clicking. Let me see her power. She doesn't have any. She doesn't have any. She'll start screaming and run and hide. She doesn't have any. None of them have any power. They don't. They don't have any power. Another thing is I want to watch for these double words that are coming out. You will find that they're coming out doubly. It happens, but it happens. And it's usually you have to clear your throat. There's a catch in your throat. And it comes out doubly. That wasn't it. But you'll find that you clear your throat and it comes out doubly. I don't have a stutter. I've never had one. I just did not suddenly develop one. It's just somebody messing. How are they doing it? It's like almost like they wanna. It's almost like they wanna. What is this? Like a nationwide or a worldwide fear of what? God, devil, demons are coming. What are they trying to do? Do? This reminds me of Pharaoh, but Moses and Pharaoh. All the plagues happened, and the last thing was the killing of the firstborn. And then Pharaoh relinquished and he let the slaves go. And then when they were gone, his wife said to him, "Who are you going to rule over now?" And that got him going again. And he chased after them only to die when the sea just came back together on him. He died. He perished because he was too stubborn and to being too much of an ass. So with these people, it's like, what are they trying to accomplish with this? I don't know. Fear? What? I mean, just looking at what's happening here. What? Possession of another person, two actual what is the word? Two personalities, consciousness in occupying the same space. I don't think that's possible. That's possible. It's like there are mediums who read from the other side. Take it or leave it, you know. But I'm not dead, and neither is she. I'm not channeling her. She's trying to channel me, or I think I am channeling her, but I know she's alive. I got that backwards. I don't. This is not my forte. Mediumship and channeling dead people is not my forte. But I don't understand. I don't know what are they trying to do. I don't get it. But like I said, I've never had a stutter before. I just didn't suddenly develop. So I don't know what it is. I know someone who has it really bad, unless he's faking. He has it really bad. That's one of the things, he had it really bad. He still does. Unless he's one of the greatest con men who ever lived. Well, if you're going by me, who's never really been conned before, yeah, he's a con man. Let's bring it down to what it is. But anyway, peace out and be easy on yourself.